Hello and welcome to another episode of Shadows, Thoughts, and Theories, where I share my thoughts on things that interest me, as well as maybe even coming up with a couple of theories revolving around what I'm talking about. So in this video, this video is going to be basically a follow-up to my previous video, which was all about Sonic Mania. This one is going to be about the second, in my opinion, biggest announcement that came out of Sonic's 25th anniversary party, which was the next main series 3D Sonic game, which has no title as of, no official title as of now. The only title we really have is Project Sonic 2017. Yeah, let's. This is gonna. It's kind of hard to talk about this one considering we don't know really anything. Actually, we don't actually know anything really about the game itself. All we know is, a couple things is just from the trailer, and even the trailer may not represent the final game all that much, considering, well, it's a CG trailer. So, but anyway, so the trailer starts up, with the Sonic Team logo and stuff like that, and then it has a part where it says, from the studio that brought you Sonic Colors and Sonic Generations. I'll get into that here in a minute. And basically the trailer starts out, and you can already tell that the tone of this, more than likely game in its entirety, is going to be a bit darker. But I'd probably actually say the trailer is a bit more, threatening or intimidating than other games. So it does look like they're going a bit darker with this one, which I'm perfectly fine with. I think if they find a good balance between the humor and the the humor and the darker elements, I think that could work very well. Personally, I think Unleashed did that pretty well, as opposed to Colors and Generations, which pretty much were all lighthearted, and then Lost World kind of came out and kind of changed that a little bit. There were a few darker elements in that one, which kind of makes me interested to see what the colors writers. I'd imagine the color writers are going to be returning for this game. But anyway, so. But yeah, this one seems like a darker tone, or at least in terms of the trailer. And I don't know, so it zooms out, or I guess it zooms out. And it shows Sonic, and he looks pissed. This is the most pissed we've ever seen him in a game that I can remember. And the entire city, the horizon, he looks at the horizon, and he sees the entire city's on fire. It's just destroyed. So, and then it goes into a part where, personally, this is what I think I would like the game to be, and this is why I think this is the chance. Why I think there's a chance of this actually being what the game is. So far, we've had in the previous, other than Boom and Lost World, we've had 3 games that were known as the Boost games, or the Unleashed trilogy, which consisted of Unleashed, Colors, and Generations, because they all shared a similar gameplay style. And personally, I would like them to go back to that gameplay style, because it seemed like that one was the one that worked for them the most. Because if you look at Sega's, or at least Sonic Team's track record with their games, they always change the gameplay style. They never really keep it the same. The only ones that have ever been consistent that I can think of is the original Genesis games, the Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, and the Sonic Unleashed Colors and Generations. So, pretty much everything else has just been, like, experimenting. But with this game, I think they should go back to at least some form of the boost gameplay, because that was the one that worked the best for them in recent times, because Adventure 1 and 2 came out in like the early 2000s, and since then they always kept changing the gameplay style, and then finally 2008 rolled around and we got Sonic Unleashed, and then Colors, and then Generations, and then they changed it again. So I think it would be smart to just have the gameplay style that a lot of people liked from the games that a lot more people liked than other ones. And I'm not going to say that's going to make it a great game and make people love it. I'm just going to say I think it wouldn't hurt to have that gameplay style back. And the reason why there is some evidence that they might be at least having, bringing back some elements from the boost gameplay style, because if you look in the trailer, Sonic is up on, he's on higher ground, and then he jumps and lands further on lower ground. And then what happens is it goes through him, sliding underneath stuff and what looks like quick stepping around, away from debris and stuff. And that is all stuff that you were able to do in Sonic Unleashed and in Sonic Colors and in Sonic Generations. So it makes me it kind of makes you wonder if they're going to at least bring back some of those elements from the previous games into this one. Now, like I said, granted, it is a CG trailer, so that doesn't necessarily mean that what happens in this trailer is going to be what's in the final game. It's just meant to, like, announce the game and just, be something entertaining to watch. But still, it'd be kind of weird if they decided to put that stuff in the trailer, but then not put it in the game, because we've had that stuff in 3 previous games, so they could totally do it. But, I don't know. Personally, I would want it to be back to the, the Unleashed style stuff, because I think that was what worked best for the franchise, because so far that's the only real thing that has been consistently, it has been consistent in terms of gameplay, and it's the one thing that a lot of people have consistently liked about those games. And then they pretty much got rid of it, and you can see the decline. So, I think you get my point. But, so then after that in the trailer, pretty much the big surprise of the trailer happened is Classic Sonic is back now. I'm not really sure what's going on with that, because I don't have a problem with Classic Sonic being back. It's just, okay, like, obviously this is an announcement trailer, so we're not going to get any details, and also considering this game, I'll talk about this here in a minute, how basically it's kind of weird that he's coming back, because in Generations we had an explanation as to why everything happened. Here, considering this game's not coming out for a while, we're probably not going to get any more details for at least a good amount of time. But and they've also stated, this is not, due to the fact that Classic Sonic is in the trailer, a lot of people thought it was Sonic Generations 2. No, that is actually not the case, apparently, from what I've heard. So it's going to be interesting how they implement him into this, because, you can't just put Classic Sonic in a trailer and say, oh, here, this is what it is. You got to have some sort of explanation for that. And also, I've heard some kind of some opinions about that, because there's a kind of a little bit of back and forth. I've heard a little bit from some people that they don't like the fact that they put him in the trailer. They rather it have been another character that could have made more sense. But I don't know. I'm okay with it as it is, but I see why people would be saying that, because it probably would make more sense. But I don't know. We'll have to see what they do with it. I'm gonna wait till see more about the game and see what they do with it before I make too much of a judgment. But I know I think it's cool how he's back and everything. And then after that, basically, that's kind of the end of the trailer, really. Just before near the end of the trailer, though, there's a brief moment where it looks like Modern activates a boost, so maybe there is going to be boosting of some sort in this game. But then also it looks like Classic activates the boost as well, which that's gonna probably upset some people, because if that's in the game, then obviously that kind of defeats the whole purpose of having Classic in the game in the first place, if he's going to be able to do everything Modern can do. That's the reason why some people had problems with Generations on the 3DS, because Generations 3DS gave Classic Sonic the homing attack, or not, yeah, the homing attack. But the thing is, in that version, it was a mandatory part of the game, as opposed to the PS3 360 version, the HD version, where that you can get Classic Sonic can get the homing attack, but it's an option. It's like something you don't even get till you collect, I think, a good amount of red rings. So, if they gave Classic Sonic the boost, I don't know how. I don't think people would really like that too much. But then again, I think, to me at least, it would depend on how they implement it. But yeah, that's actually about it. The only thing is, at the end of the trailer, it shows, I guess this is going to be like the tagline for the game, or at least it is right now, is the whole thing of join the resistance, which I don't know about that either. I remember hearing one theory that they thought that someone thought that that means that they could be introducing the like characters from the Archie comics and the Sat AM television show, which, if that is the case, that would make sense, because that was basically the resistance we've had in the Sonic franchise before. It'd be kind of weird because they've never shown up in any of the games. So it'd be kind of weird to have it to where, oh yeah, all of a sudden these characters exist, you know? So it'd be kind of weird, but I think, if they wanted to, they could potentially go that route. But I don't know. But yeah, that's basically the trailer. It's coming out holiday 2017 for the PS4, Xbox One, PC, and also the Nintendo NX, which is pretty interesting. And it's also kind of ironic that we're getting we're getting a Sonic game announcement before we even have a Mario game announced. But whatever. But yeah, basically, I guess in closing thoughts, I really liked the trailer. It was very well done. It was very nice and a way to announce the game. Personally, I just hope that, well, maybe not so much hope, but I would like it to. I think it would be a smart move if they went back, at least took some elements from the boost gameplay and put it into, this new game, which I think they'll probably do if the trailer is anything to judge by. Because, like I said, I don't think they would put some of that stuff in the trailer if you weren't able to do it in the game, considering you've been able to do it in previous games. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's still ways away, obviously. It's almost 4 years or so after we got our last game from Sonic Team, which was Lost World in 2013. So, but yeah, really, I think that's pretty much all I can really say about it. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, that's. Considering it's the same people that worked on Colors and Generations, I'm hoping it's going to be similar. That's why another reason I think it might be similar in gameplay style. And the Colors writers might be returning, as I think I said before as well. So I don't know. It's still a bit too early to say, but anyway. So that's about it. So thank you all for watching. Have a good night, and take care.